Biddity bibbity boo.
Oh. So sorry.
Michelle, the Witch of Moon's Lane, and Moyra Major. How to witch, bitch.
Welcome to another episode of How to Witch Bitch. Michelle, the Witch of Moon's Lane.
Hey, Dylan, how are you?
Very good. Lots of people messaging us saying that we are being their friend while they're cleaning.
I love that.
I love that too. So if you are cleaning, get your jiggle on, enjoy. Get that bleach out. I don't know, I'm a horrible cleaner.
Do what I do, just put it in the corners. That's what I do. And then go, hey, I've cleaned. I haven't got time to be cleaning.
And tips, black garbage bags are great because no one can see what's in there. They look like bodies. I am not Dexter. All right, TikTok. Mama Hulknick.
Ooh,
I love that.
I love it, Mama.
KM Hair and Makeup, Whimsy Cats on Instagram, Suki Poppet Locks, and Mama Meals, which is wonderful as well. We've also got our favourite female Randall. We've had a number of Randalls over the years, and this is female. Wondering if you're able to come up with a list of your favourite helpful books.
Oh, okay.
For Northern and Southern Witches. Okay, that's an episode that's coming up, Randall. Thank you.
Yep.
Everyone's still loving the episode where you hexed a penis. Not a sentence I thought I'd say.
Maybe we should do a testicle next time. Could make him impotent. Oh my goodness, that's terrible.
Don't. No, that's horrible.
Where does my brain go?
Well, monkey brain, we're not sure.
We won't do that.
I just want to say I love your podcast. This is from Sydney, which is nice. Butterfly Sydney. I was listening to a few episodes last night while cleaning. There you go. And cooking, and had a giggle when you mentioned a listener said they listen when they're cleaning. Oh my God, there's cleaning everywhere. We do love all of your comments. We read all of your comments too. So thank you very, very much. Anyone who loves spells, tarot, silly behaviour, make sure that you share with them this particular podcast. Now today, because I mentioned monkey brain, and also you and I run a very busy life. Right? We're both mums. We've got multiple jobs. We do multiple podcasts, everything else. We're going to talk to Tom Cronin from Sydney, who is a meditation coach.
Oh, this is exciting.
This is very exciting. This guy's got so many followers as well. He I've been researching him all day, and he's absolutely fascinating. He really is. So he had a really different career and then got into meditation, and now he teaches it around the world. So this will be really great, and hopefully he can give us some tips on how to just do some simple meditations to get started. Just
to start, and then, go from there. And I always believe too, take that at your own pace. Don't sort of get upset that maybe you can't fall into a certain level at a certain time. And you just take it at your own pace, because it's, that's the last thing. We're trying to do meditation because we're stressed out. We don't want to stress out. We can't do meditation.
Well, that's
you know
it.
What I mean?
Yeah, you're stressing out whilst doing it, going, am I doing it right?
That's right.
Or am I? Everyone's like, remember those group meditations you used to do at school, and you'd all lie on your back, and they'd be like, okay, visualize a cloud, and I'd be like, what kind of cloud? Is it grey, or is it white, or is it big? Oh, hang on, it looks like a fluffy dog. I'm not sure. Am I doing this right? Did you say cloud or clown?
Am I
not
on
sure.
the cloud?
Yeah.
Or am I
like
under
monkey
the cloud?
magic? What am I doing?
Monkey magic. Oh, Pigsy. I love monkey magic.
All right. Look at us. We've completely... Anyway, let's have a chat with Tom. Hello, Tom. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for inviting me along. Looking forward to this conversation today.
You have a mass amount of followers. You're a keynote speaker. You are a meditation coach and everything else. Let's get back to how this started for you. It was around about 1995, I think it is, or 96, where you found meditation.
Yeah, absolutely. I was entering into what some people would call a dark night of the soul. And that was after 10 years of being a Wolf of Wall Street style broker on a trading room floor. So I started the same year as Jordan Belfort, the Wolf of Wall Street, in 1987. And I was only young, I was 19, and I just got swept along by the current of what life was like on a trading room floor back in the late 80s, early 90s. And so it was very fast, very hectic, a lot of partying, drinking, wild, late nights. And this culminated eventually as I started sort of getting wear and tear on my nervous system, on my mind and my body. And then this kind of continued to culminate with the poor lifestyle choices. And eventually in 1996, I went into a really dark place, sort of suicide ideation and really deep depression and panic attacks and anxiety, and I was sent to psychiatrists and doctors and put on medication. But I came across meditation at that time, and that was a really pivotal moment in my life where, not just any meditation, because I tried a few techniques, but when I found this particular style, it was a deep transcending style of meditation, otherwise known as Vedic meditation, that I really saw significant changes in my life, and that was a big turning point in my life.
Huge. Absolutely. That energy must have been exhausting leading up to that. And then, the meditation being the drug almost to help you through that. Different types of meditation as well. I know you mentioned that. How is this one different?
Yeah, this is what we call transcending. So I put meditation into kind of 4 main categories. So we've got ones where we're concentrating and we're focusing on trying to empty the mind of thoughts, or trying to focus on the breath, or zero the attention into one single point, which is very, very difficult, particularly in our world today with the amount of information flow. And it's something that's actually quite unpleasant. It's not very enjoyable to do because you're using a lot of resistance and force. Then we've got things like visualizations, what I call contemplation meditation. So these ones we're thinking, but we're thinking about our chakras realigning, or gratitude, or visualizing some future outcome. This one is surface level because we're still thinking, and we're thinking about the world around us and how we can make our world better, because then we want to feel good. Nothing wrong with it, I still do them, but it's just not a deep meditation. Then we've got chanting meditations where we might be doing some chanting after yoga where we're saying something out loud. Again, we're not going that deep, and it's still a beautiful practice, but just not a deep meditation. And then I found these deep meditations where we use a particular sound or resonance called mantras, and that takes the mind beyond, we transcend beyond the idea of your own existence and your own identity. We transcend thoughts, transcend emotions, transcend even the limit of staying and occupying this physical apparatus called our body. And we go into what we call the void, or an unbounded spaciousness, which is really deeply restful and deeply blissful.
Wow. I was just thinking, Michelle, as a psychic, and you have things coming into your mind, and your mind is very unique. Having been a friend of yours for many years,
in those places,
you never know what you're going to get, Tom. Can you meditate, or do you have to turn off your psychic switch and you can actually chill?
I say yes and I say no to that, because it's kind of like I can't be hypnotised either, which I found I wanted to be hypnotised. I'd been hypnotised 3 or 4 times for smoking, couldn't be hypnotised to smoke. It was only because I'd promised my daughter that I'd give up on her 12th birthday that I actually then, she came out and said, hey, you've got to, and I was just like, I realised how powerful the mind is then, because I was just went, I have to do it for her, so I haven't done it. But I can meditate to a certain point, and then I find that I fall asleep, so I just go into that type of thing. But I find it quite difficult. I think they call it the monkey mind. I prefer just to let all my thoughts go without doing anything like, how they do the guided meditations. I just can't do guided meditations. I can do the meditations where I just lay on the earth and just let everything go, and I just imagine I'm part of the earth. That's my type of meditation, and I just feel the sun coming through here, and I just imagine my chakras being aligned. But that's kind of as far as I can go with that. Yeah. But in saying that, I do astro travel. Now, I don't know how I do that. I blocked it for a long, long time, but that's just something that I can do.
Wow.
They're all beautiful meditations, and all meditations are going to play some role of some sort to make our lives better. One thing we notice with most meditation is there's still an I astral travel. I do this meditation. I feel this when I'm meditating. So in transcendence, the one thing we're going beyond is the I. There's no more I. There's no more duality. So it's a very accessible pathway to discover what is ultimately fundamental truth, that there's this reality at a subtle field beyond the world of form and phenomenon and duality. That's the relationship the I is having with the world around it.
I love that. And how would be the best quick way that you would suggest people to do that?
Yeah, look, there's really not many pathways that will get us into such a profound relinquishing of the identity. I believe there are certain states that I've certainly experienced at times myself using breath work. I've also had the experience of plant medicine. And of course, I meditate every day and have this experience. I just meditated literally 10 minutes ago, and I was deep in that space as well. So my apologies about that.
You're right.
And so the best and most accessible way is using this Vedic meditation practice, because I can be on a trading room floor, go to the boardroom, drop into transcendence, and then come out of the trading room floor, go back on. I come out of the boardroom and go back onto the trading room floor, but I couldn't do that if I did plant medicine. Breath work, you might be able to do that, but you'd need a little bit of time to integrate the experience. But there's something about that de-excitement of the mind and the nervous system, because breath work is still quite activating.
Yeah.
It's an activation process, whereas this meditation's a deactivating. We're going into the quiet.
So you're still doing the broker stuff as well. It seems.
I did it for 16 more years after, yeah.
Wow.
16 years.
It
No
just-
drinking, no drugs, just meditating.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
He went out and figured out what was happening out in the world and came back in and went, oh, I know what to
He
put the
goes,
money
"Oh,
on.
yeah.
Hey,
I
here
want
we
more
go."
money. Wow.
Absolutely.
I find that amazing that you're combining those two, just knowing the intensity of that. So now to meditate, that's kind of your so to slip out and slip back in as well. That seems fascinating because I can just.
There's probably a lot of practice on his part. I mean, you know, I don't think that if you're just new to it, you could do that. I think it does take practice to do that, to get out of the first stages of the monkey mind and things like you were talking about.
Yeah, most students will drop into those quiet states within the first couple of days of me training them. So most students will experience some degree of transcendence in that first few sessions. What's so powerful about using this technique is that it's not about running away from the world. Oh, now I'm meditating, so I can't go into an intense environment. In actual fact, we find ourselves relishing the opportunity to go into those intense environments because we start to cultivate a state of equanimity. In Sanskrit, it's called titiksha, which means to be unruffled by circumstances in life. And so it's a really nice way to sort of put this to a test, to reach that level of sovereignty where my state is owned by me. I've cultivated a state of inner peace, and the world's fluctuations, the world turbulence around me isn't having this ruffled effect on my state. And so, yeah, it means that we're actually more capable, and this is something why I work with a lot of corporations now, helping their staff reduce that stress response, reduce that allostatic load so they can actually reach peak performance.
So that would help. That would be something that would be good for PMS.
It would be
For our
actually
girls.
for-
You know, we keep getting the women coming in
We
and going,
do.
what's the spells for this? And we do all that type of thing. And I always say meditation.
Yeah.
But I think that this is probably a better form of it.
Absolutely, and the
that we can
mantras
do.
as well.
The
That's something.
mantras.
Yeah, the mantras are something that I know that I used, particularly with anxiety and things like that. Is it wrong to ask, how do we do this? Because it just sounds fascinating, and it sounds like everyone needs it.
Or even a mantra to
Yeah.
start.
Well, how do we start?
Yes, usually there's a process where we don't just give you the meditation off you go, because what really underpins the practice itself is having a lot of knowledge. So the course is usually delivered over 4 90-minute sessions, either on Zoom or in person. And some teachers don't even teach on Zoom. I teach on Zoom and in person to give people around the world access to this beautiful 5,000-year-old practice. But ultimately what happens is the student will get a particular mantra or sound relevant to their age when they're born and when they're learning the techniques. That will be how old they are when they get, I guess, receive the mantra. And then there'll be a lot of knowledge over those 4 90-minute sessions to sort of underpin and support their practice, give them a deeper understanding about how to optimize their meditation, how to understand why they're going to get certain releases out of their body as a result of the meditation, which will lead to lots of thoughts or emotions arising or physiological sensations arising during the meditation. So there's a lot of knowledge that needs to come with the practice. So you wouldn't just say, here's something you can go and do, off you go, see you later. It's really about supporting the student with not just the course itself, but ongoing support. So all my students get ongoing weekly support if they want it on a Zoom call.
And so would meditation also be a bit like the Reiki, where it's sort of like, because you're sort of going through and you're sort of healing the body without as well. So that's also an added bonus, and why you probably need to talk to them afterwards, because things are coming up that were maybe restricted or blocked within the body.
Absolutely. It's really good that you pointed that out, because the body is like a warehouse. It has all these stresses in it, and these are what we call in Sanskrit samskaras. And these stresses just continually compound and accumulate, and they can be lifetime stresses that we've experienced from the time we came out of the womb to also inherited stresses that have come through from our ancestry, our parents and grandparents. And so our body is holding them in the physiology. And what happens is when we go into these de-excited states that occur in meditation, particularly deep meditations, body's got a natural inclination and tendency to heal and optimize. So if it identifies and finds these stresses in the body, it will start to release them and clear them out of the system. And that releasing is usually showing up in some sort of sensations, and it could be tears, it can be jolts, twitches, spasms, all sorts of physiological expressions that come with the releasing.
That's really cool.
Is it different for men and for women, meditation? Any form of meditation?
No, not that I've been aware of, and I've been using this for 30 years and teaching it for about 15. And one thing we've found that there's no real difference between men and women as far as their experience of the meditation, whether they're going deeper or not. But I haven't been able to notice any differences with that.
So is there something that you could say maybe for someone that's anxious and maybe about to have an anxiety attack or something like that, and they can't sort of switch in or do any meditation because they haven't done it until they come to you? Is there any sort of mantra or little chant that you say to yourself at least?
Yeah, look, there's definitely some things people can do if they're feeling overwhelmed or even just on a daily basis by listening to this. The first thing, which is really simple, is to just bring the mind into center. So I'll give everyone just a simple walk away meditation that they can use. And this is if you're just having a hectic day, just pull over on the side of the road into a quiet street.
I'm glad he said
Assuming
that.
you can't do this practice. Or you can just, find yourself on a park bench or on your lounge room at home. But really, the first thing we do is we close our eyes, and that reduces the stimulation of the senses. Ideally, if you've got noise-cancelling headphones or somewhere quiet, it reduces noise stimulation. So we're trying to reduce the stimulation for all 5 senses. And then we start to bring our attention to the breath moving through the nostrils. And what we'll find that as the breath moves in and out of the nostrils, it's this gentle, effortless ebb and flow. Don't force it. Don't try. Your body knows what to do. It knows how to breathe. Trust the body. And then what you'll find as it moves in and out of the nostrils, you're going to bring all your attention to the cool skin around the rim of the nostril. And what we're going to do here is by doing this, we're just going to focus on that one single point of the air brushing the moisture inside the nostril, slightly cooling the skin. And then we're going to just keep our attention on that single point. Now, your mind will not enjoy this. So it will move away. It will drop away from that single place, and it will go to other locations. But we're going to use a lot of force here. And by using a little bit of muscle flexing and keeping that mind on that single point, the whole nervous system, the mind and the physiology is going to start to de-excite and calm down and become more orderly and cohesive. And that's really what we want in the body, a cohesive body.
Wow. Michelle?
And you could do that for 5 minutes,
I'm
5,
just
10
doing it
minutes
now.
of that.
Did you try it?
Fun.
Yeah.
How did it feel?
Good. I was just straight at my nose.
No, it's not that straight at you. You're not looking at the top of your nose. You're looking on the
I know, but you're
it's full of
feeling
air.
inside
Feeling
your
it.
nose.
This is where you feel the air, not top of, you're not a clown, mate. What are you doing? Sorry, Tom. I'm so sorry.
Do it properly.
I would
I'm
like you to try.
trying.
I would like you to try.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it tonight.
Okay, there you
I'm
go.
gonna do it
When
tonight.
is a good time to do meditation? At the start of the day or the end of the day? Or any time?
Oh, that's it.
Generally, I
That's a good
recommend.
question.
Yeah, it's a good question. I generally recommend 1 in the morning when we wake up or after we've done sort of some sort of exercise in your morning routine. And then usually as we start fading throughout the day, so I just had my second meditation just about 40 minutes ago. And that's when we're sort of reaching that sort of a little bit of a fade time. So any time in the afternoon is good, or before dinner time, or you could do it before bed as well.
Take your coffee.
Yeah, well, it's usually...
Yeah, that's exactly
It's the
right.
time
People
I
go for
usually
the
have
dark
the wine.
chocolate or the coffee.
Yeah, okay.
The wine.
Okay.
Coffee time.
2 o'clock in the
Get
afternoon.
outside.
Mate, I'm working radio. It doesn't really... No, I'm kidding.
Exactly.
Well, I think that's been absolutely fascinating. I really want to have a look at this, and also I think it's so important for mental health and for stress, anxiety, everything like that. To just, like you said, that phrase, walk away. I liked that phrase being everything comes at you so much that if you just stop for 2 seconds and just let it settle, I think that's so important as well.
Yeah, look, I think, when we think about the idea of physical health, again, part of physical health would usually involve some sort of repetition. So it's either lifting a dumbbell repetitively or walking repetitively, swimming repetitively. And the same thing would apply for mental health. If we wanted to have very good mental health, we would do something like the repetition of the mantra or the repetition of focusing on the breath. This repetition on a single thing is going to be so healthy for the mind, because our mind is very scattered now in our world. We're doing emails and doing, scrolling through feeds and constantly moving from thing to thing, like you said, the monkey mind. And so for really good mental health, I would really encourage people to think about a daily process of closing their eyes, sitting still somewhere, and doing some form of repetition for the mind. And that would be either mantra, learning with a really good teacher, i.e. I know a guy.
You need to tell us where to find you, so where they can find you too. I know a guy.
Or just doing your own breath that I've just given everyone that for 5 or 10 minutes is going to make a difference. If you just did that alone for 5 to 10 minutes, it won't be comfortable, it won't be easy, because the mind wants to look for all these entertaining things, but do something that's good for your mind, not what your mind wants.
Yeah,
and
like
kids
that
as well. This would be great for kids, particularly learning it at a young age to manage, because I know how full on kids' minds are. I'm watching my kids, on TikTok, on things like that. Everything's so quick; they never stop. It's everything YouTube, da 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 da, and this would be something that would be huge for them.
Yeah, we're seeing extremely dire scenarios unfolding for the youth of the world now. The kids these days at the ages of 3 and 4 are given iPads and iPhones just to keep them quiet. And what we're really underestimating is these children's brains are still developing all the way up until the age of 24, 25. They still haven't fully formed. And to be giving them that amount of information flow, particularly 12 to 18-year-olds in a really critical stage of development, it already is having huge ramifications. And unfortunately, our approach to dealing with this, for most people, are not to completely discourage the idea of this, but I don't think it's a great singular pathway to take, is to just medicate someone.
Yeah.
When we can really just look at really healthy alternatives, which is, why don't we just give children at least less technology and more practice with meditation.
Absolutely. All right, Tom, how do people find you?
Instagram's a great place. I love connecting with people, so I answer all my messages on Instagram.
Yeah, we were very surprised that you actually replied to Michelle. We were very impressed.
Yeah,
I was in a meditative.
It's a beautiful community.
I was in a
I just find
meditative
it's
state.
a wonderful community, and I like connecting with the community. I think it's an important part of the work that we do, and that level of authenticity and integrity. So my Instagram is Tom Cronin, and my website is tomcronin.com, so very easy.
Oh, wonderful, Tom. Thank you so much. That was really great.
It.
My pleasure. Thanks for sharing space and inviting me for an important conversation like this. I really love it.
Definitely, particularly with the kids as well. I think that's so important.
I agree.
Which is amazing. All the best, Tom. Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks, Dom.
Likewise for you too, and thanks for listening, everyone. Appreciate it.
That was great. I'm going to try that. You said you're going to try it tonight?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how we go. Remember the inside of your nose too, Michelle, not the outside. All right, let's check the stars for the week.
Okay, so Aries, this week nudges you to slow down just enough to notice what's really mattering in your life. You're on full momentum, but a thoughtful pause midweek will help you make smarter ideas, so trust your intuition. Taurus, comfort meets opportunity. You may feel pulled between staying in your safe zone and trying something new. Lean slightly towards the unfamiliar. It could bring a pleasant surprise, especially in your relationships. Gemini, your mind is buzzing with ideas, but not all of them need action right now. Prioritize what really excites you at the moment. A conversation later in the week will open doors that have felt shut before. Cancer, emotions run a little deeper this week, but that's not a bad thing. In fact, use this as a sensitivity guide that can actually help you get weight off your shoulders. Someone close may need your support, so you may want to realise and spend a little bit of time with them. Leo, you're stepping into the spotlight moment, whether you've planned it or not. Confidence comes naturally now, and so humility will be on your side. A creative spark will turn into something bigger. Virgo, details matter more than usual this week, and you're in the perfect person to handle them. Just don't get stuck in overthinking. Progress beats perfection any day of the week. Libra, balance is your theme this week, but you may feel slightly off at first. A shift in priorities helps you realign. By the weekend, things are a lot more smooth for you, and you are getting more connections and you feel more at peace with yourself. Scorpio, You're in a powerful position to let go of something that's been weighing on your shoulders. Whether it's an old habit or just a situation, time to release it. Expect a renewed vigour and a new world of control afterwards, or feeling control afterwards. Sagittarius, adventure calls, even if it's in a small way. Try to break a routine, try something new, be spontaneous. A new perspective will lead the charge this week for future planning. Capricorn, responsibility is front and centre, and you're more than capable of making good decisions. The key this week is not taking too much on. Delegation could be a key to you feeling peaceful this week as well. Aquarius, your originality will shine through and people are paying attention and they're drawn to you. So share ideas even if they're unconventional. Collaborations will be great this week and turn into something special. Pisces, your intuition is especially strong this week as it is in all other weeks, but remember quiet moments just to have some clarity. Do not rush. Take time. Lay like broccoli. And they are your stars this week.
Well, thank you very much, Michelle, and for you listening to us. I hope that this episode in particular will probably help a number of different people, which is great.
Yeah.
A bit more...
but pull over, like you said.
Yeah, don't be driving that. Don't drive angry. Feel free to rate the podcast. Next week we are going to be you're going to be doing a reading for one of our new friends to the podcast, Petra. She's been doing a little bit of spell work as well. So you're up for that? You're up for a bit of a reading?
Yeah, that sounds like fun. And then I'll go and investigate some of the books that I've liked through the years. But there's a lot of really good ones that have come out too. And I mean, I sell them in my shop in both two stores at Carrara. So I'll grab some books that I actually like from there and bring them in. And
you had Fiona Horn in there recently doing a signing of her book.
Yeah, she came in and she does where the coven, where the witches gather and things like that, which is really good. So I can have a look. But I think definitely spell books, things like that get them different types of variances, because witches all do it very differently. You know, you have your basic sort of what we did. I mean, go back to episode 1, the basics of what you can have for your altar. But I think, maybe we need to relook at that as well.
Altars
and things like that. Yeah,
we could do that. There you go. We've just done some show planning on the show, which is great. Look after yourself, and I hope you have a great week, Michelle. Thank you so much.
You too, darling.
What was that?
Biddity bibbity boo.
Oh, so sorry.
Woodwork Podcasts.